If you like the content, please press the bell icon for further notifications and like, share, and subscribe to the channel. The defending champions, the Kolkata Knight Riders, are finally back in the tournament after a dominant win over the Sunrisers Hyderabad at the Eden Gardens. After suffering two back to back heavy losses, the KKR finally managed to win a match and that too by a huge margin. And it was a complete performance from KKR. They batted well, they fielded well, and most importantly, they bowled well. And the Sunrisers Hyderabad at the moment are a team who look like they are absolutely lost. They've forgotten how to play T20 cricket. At the Eden Gardens, Pat Cummins won the toss and decided to bowl first. Not a surprising decision considering the Eden has always been a ground where chasing has been remarkably easy. It's a high scoring ground. And the Knight Riders batted well up front, but in the middle they once again stumbled. Thanks to some very poor fielding by the Sunrisers Hyderabad. They missed catches, they gave away plenty of runs in the boundary through misfields, and Pat Cummins, their captain, didn't bowl well at all. Despite coming back into the game in the middle overs, the Sunrisers Hyderabad disappeared for 78 runs of the last 5 overs, and that propelled the total to 200. Credit must be given to Venkatesh Iyer and Rinku Singh for the way they batted at the very last of the innings. Otherwise, the Sunrisers would have restricted the KKR to 180, which would have been a par score on that wicket. But that extra 20 runs gave Kolkata Knight Riders a much needed cover for their bowlers because the Eden Gardens is a ground which is extremely difficult to defend. And Venkatesh Iyer and Rinku Singh were struggling with the bat in the middle. At one point of time, Venkatesh Iyer was of 13 runs of 12 balls, and Rinku took his time to get going as well. So the last couple of overs were very important for the momentum of the side. And fortunately for the Knight Riders, both Rinku Singh and Venkatesh Iyer managed to clear the boundaries when the team required. And Pat Cummins bowled a very poor over, the 19th over, which disappeared for 21 runs. And that one over gave KKR the much needed momentum. And the score crossed 200 runs. And Travis Head came in as the impact player. At the present moment, the Sunrisers Hyderabad, they are looking short of ideas and they have forgotten how to play T20 cricket. Head smashed the first ball for a boundary and got out of the very next ball. Such kind of irresponsible batting from such a senior player is not expected. You can take some time. You don't have to hit every ball out of the park. The same goes for Abhishek Sharma as well. The way he's batting right now, he's quickly batting his way out of the team. There is no accountability for his batting. There is no defense. Every ball, every single ball is looking to hit out of the park. There is no planning. And Ishan Kishan as well comes into the middle. He goes for the bowling straight away rather than spending some time at the wicket, assessing the conditions, then going after the bowling. Nobody is telling them to do that. The Sunrisers Hyderabad were 9 for 3 at one point of time. And it would have been 9 for 4 had Andre Russell held on to the catch of Kamindu Mendes. It was a relatively simple catch with Russell dropped. But still, the Sunrisers Hyderabad didn't have anyone who could hold the innings together. Nitish Kumar Reddy, who had such an impressive tour of Australia, has been batting rather ordinarily. And at that time, what was required was someone to bat sensibly. Just after the power play is over, there is a fielder at long on, and you chip the ball straight to him and get out. This is the kind of poor batting that is costing the Sunrisers Hyderabad at the moment. They lost the game at the very first 6 overs when they were reduced to 4 wickets for not that many runs. And then Heinrich Klaasen, when he's coming into bat, He has plenty of things to do and he is running out of partners. Klassen, who is notorious for murdering spin bowling, is being left with no partners. And he is scoring those 30s and 40s and not those big scores which is required of him. Quick fire 30s would do the team no good at this point of time. You need players who would score big runs for them. And Sunrisers Hyderabad are looking hopeless at this point of time. Despite Pat Cummins coming very late in the order and batting well, still it is not going to be enough. And they lost by 80 runs. Losing by 80 runs in a T20 game is shocking. That's a huge margin of defeat. The Sunrisers Hyderabad are digging their own graves right at the moment. In the last couple of matches, they have lost convincingly. Each defeat is getting heavier than the other. And the Knight Riders just managed to bounce back at the right moment because their tournament was going down the drain. It seemed due to some very ordinary team selection. Their head coach Chandrakant Pandit is not the right person. Last year it was Gautam Gambhir and the results were very palpable. But this time around, the West Indian duo of Sunil Narayan and Andre Russell are doing the team no good. Russell has been a big disappointment for the last couple of years, and yet somehow he keeps getting retained. When you have got a player like Phil Salt who could assault the bowling up top, how could the management let him go is beyond understanding. And then Moin Ali is a far better option than Sunil Narayan. He is a better batsman, and arguments can be made that he is a better bowler as well. And you have likes of Andrik Nokia, Spencer Johnson warming the benches. And Andre Russell isn't contributing with the bat, he isn't contributing with the ball as well, and he dropped an absolute sitter last night. That's what happens when you do not have any confidence with yourself. He doesn't play regularly for the West Indies anymore. His fitness is not there, and yet the KKR team management retain him every single season. Ajinkya Rahane should always open the batting. For some unknown reason, he has been demoted to first down, and Sunil Narayan, despite failing continuously, is being allowed to open the innings with Quinton de Kock. A left and right hand combination is always beneficial for the team. But somehow the KKR team management and think tank have thought the opposite. They're going on with Narayan every single time and he's failing at the moment. Still, Ajinkya Rahane is a far better option. Rahane in the middle does you no good. At top, he can go for the bowling for the first 6 overs, give the team the momentum, and then if he gets out, it won't be much of a problem for the side. But in the middle, his batting, he's wasted. Even though he did bat well last night, but still, his struggles against spin. Ajinkya Rahane's career has been well documented with struggles against spin bowling, especially left arm spin bowling. His struggles against them, and at the end of his career, he's not going to get any better. So when he's scoring runs up the top of the order, why change that? Why change something that actually works? The KKR team management have this thinking to do. And Narayan should bat at one down because his job is to go after the bowling and get out in the process. But if a player like Rahane can bat for the first couple of overs, he can actually go big and make a difference for the side. Narayan can't do that. And Sunil Narayan isn't technically sound. He gets out against quality bowling the same way. For example, against Mumbai Indians, the kind of shot that he got out with was shocking. Again, Mohammad Shami dismissed him in the last match to a very ordinary delivery. A player with proper technique would have played that ball anywhere. But Narayan doesn't have technique. He is more like a brawler. He loves to go after the bowling and without any game plan most of the times and get out. He is restricted to certain areas of the field where he can hit the balls, And if the bowler is more intelligent and a seasoned veteran, he will obviously get him out. So KKR, if they are to defend their title, must find a way around this. They need to manage Narayan's batting, get the most out of him, and they also should use their skipper Rahane wisely. And in the bowling, finally, the KKR spinners bowled really well. Varun Chakravarti was back to his best, along with some of the other bowlers like Harshit Rana and Vaibhav Arora bowled well. He dismissed by an Heinrich Klaasen and Travis Head, the two most destructive players in the world right now. And he was instrumental for KKR getting the victory. He dismissed Head of his second delivery in the very first over and then came back to dismiss Klaasen. So that's two huge wickets. And he rightfully deserved the Man of the Match award because he was the difference between the two sides. A look at the standings right now and KKR at number 5th position. Despite suffering two heavy defeats, a 5th position is not that bad for the Knight Riders. But the Sunrisers are currently placed at the last and they have some soul searching to do. They are the most destructive team in the tournament on their day. But at present, they are not firing and their bowling lineup isn't that strong. So they have to find that balance between the bat and the ball. They started brilliantly with 286 runs against the Gujarat Titans. But unfortunately, they haven't been able to carry that form in the next couple of matches. And in their home stadium at Hyderabad, it's a high scoring venue. So any team can go there and smash the ball to all parts of the ground. And Sunrisers Hyderabad doesn't have the bowling lineup to contain them. So it's better for their top order, their destructive batting lineup to finally take some of the account themselves and bat responsibly. Abhishek Sharma still now has been a big disappointment. Ever since his selection in the Indian team, a lot has been expected of him, especially in T20 cricket. And he's batting with Travis Head, probably the most destructive batsman in the world right now. But both of them are failing to have the impact that they had last year. This time around, both of them are failing together, and that's hurting the team. This combination was a destructive combination, and perhaps they should give each other a little bit more time. Maybe even the first 5 overs. If either of them bats for 10 overs, the Sunrisers Hyderabad would have a total of excess of 200 every game. But at the present moment, both of them are getting out far too early. The IPL is starting to click, but still, there haven't been that many close matches. The matches have very much been one sided. Whichever team has managed to get the upper hand have managed to convincingly defeat the other team. There hasn't been that many close matches. The tournament is just getting started. It's a big tournament, and the hope is we should get some good matches, quality matches, where there is a balance between the bat and ball and where there are close encounters. Otherwise, T20 matches get boring. If it's one sided matches, it doesn't get that much exciting. You need close encounters in order to make for good viewership as well. Last night, one more thing stood out was the empty stadiums, the empty galleries at the Eden Gardens. For a home match of the Kolkata Knight Riders, their fans, their loyal fans didn't turn out. Maybe it was due to high ticket prices, maybe it was a working day, but the fans didn't turn up in numbers. There were plenty of empty seats in the stadium. This Cricket Association of Bengal and the IPL has to look into that. The BCCI has to look into that. The whole idea is to get more and more people invested in the game. And if the ticket prices are soaring high, then it will be very difficult for the common man to purchase them and watch it from the stands. The whole charm of cricket in India is roaring crowds. The Eden Garden used to boast of fans in the high 80,000s or 90,000s, or even 1 lakh people used to come to the stadium at certain point of time. But last night was a huge disappointment. The stadium was empty. Despite the Knight Riders batting wonderfully and getting a huge victory, most of their loyal supporters didn't even turn up. It may even be due to the team's poor performance in the last two games, but the reason that is being given is excessive ticket prices. That is costing the poor people and they're not being able to watch the games in the stadium. Hopefully, in the near future, that will be looked into and we'll have great crowds like we are having in every single venue. So it is a good victory for the Knight Riders. The tournament is back on track once again. And the Sunrisers Hyderabad have to fight it to get back into the title picture. Pat Cummins and his team have a lot of soul searching to do. Let me know in the comment section what you feel. And if you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel.